Good afternoon from the Alton Towers Resort. There's only a few days to go until the Fireworks Spectacular 2025, and as always, we cannot wait to see this year's show. I never miss fireworks, I'm always here all 3 nights, and it really is our favourite event of the year in the UK theme park calendar. Alton Towers has always been our special place, it's our home park, and without this park, Theme Park Worldwide wouldn't exist. So it's always been really special to us, and the fireworks just kind of brings it all together. It's so much more than just a normal firework display. It's the storyline, the lighting, the effects. It always comes together in a spectacular overall production, and as always, we are pumped to see the show this year. It's going to be running from this Friday through until Sunday, the 7th till the 9th of November 2025, and the show will be starting at 7 o'clock. However, if you are coming, you want to make sure you get in position, probably by 6 o'clock at the latest, if you really want a good view, looking out over this spectacular display. Now this year, the show is titled Alton Intelligence, and it's an AI themed show, and something that we've never had before is it's actually going to vary slightly each night, which we don't quite know the extent of yet, but the sound of it, it's going to be based on AI and the crowd's reaction, which determines the show. So we've never really had that before. It's always the same show all 3 nights. We're always here all 3 nights to see it, even though it is the same show, because it's that spectacular. But even more so this year, even more of a reason to be here and see it on all of the different nights. There's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be than Alton Towers for the fireworks. I just adore it. It's such a great event. Always like to have a look at the setup as well. When they have a bit of a theatre background, a DJ and that sort of thing, I always like things like the speaker towers, the lighting, having a good look at it. So we're going to head round into the park now and take a look at the setup ahead of the fireworks starting this Friday. And it's a Monday when I'm filming this today. Scarefest officially ended last night at 9 p.m. And yeah, it should be a pretty quiet day today. In fact, the park is closed for the next 3 days. So yeah, this is our last chance to come and have a look at the setup before the event itself, which does start on Friday. What's quite interesting is, still got the Scarefest flags up here at the entrance, and the music's playing. It's going to be interesting to see if all the setup is still down Tower Street or not, because normally it would disappear overnight straight after Scarefest ends. But because they've got 3 close days coming up, it looks like they've just kind of left it up for today. So a bit of a bonus day of Scarefest really, even though it closed at 4. It looks like they've kind of left it up today, and then yeah, we're going to see this all removed, ready for Friday. I suppose they've got 3 closed days, so they might as well wait until the park's closed before removing all the Scarefest theming. But yeah, still the Halloween music and everything, even though the event officially ended last night. And inside the park now, very quiet this afternoon here on Tower Street. Yeah, it feels weird still seeing all the Scarefest decor up. Like I say, normally it's gone the night the event ends. They're all out here taking all the buntings down, getting rid of all the pumpkins and hay bales, but no, it's all staying for that extra day. It does make sense though, with the park being closed for 3 days. It means they've got 3 full days, haven't they, to get everything cleared, set the extra bits up for fireworks as well. So there is still a few days to go, so maybe not everything's going to be in place yet, but a lot of the setup does seem like it's gone in down there at the bottom. In fact, some of the lights are on now, a bit of lighting testing going on, so let's go and check it out. So yeah, in terms of the theme, with it being Alton Intelligence, I'm just intrigued to see how that's going to work. When they first announced the theme a few weeks ago on the website, I was a little bit disappointed in the fact that they were going down the AI route, especially because there's so many amazing storylines and themes for Alton Towers attractions. Last year, we had the Phalanx Expo. It was all based around Forbidden Valley and the Nemesis backstory, which was just incredible. We all loved that so much. I was kind of hoping they might do a part 2 of that this year with Toxicator, but no, clearly not. They've gone for something very different. So yeah, it's going to be interesting just to see what it's going to be like. But yeah, still clinging on to that last bit of Halloween here. But all this will be gone over the next few days before the park reopens on Friday. Park hours from 10 a.m. through until 9 o'clock for the 3 days as well. But yeah, everything's still out down here, the hearse and everything. I even noticed the Halloween map is still out. But yeah, I can see why they've left the spooky music on now. It would have been a bit weird seeing all the decor out and playing like normal music, wouldn't it? Like the normal Tower Street music. Tell you what, it's a bit windy though this afternoon. Hopefully it's not going to be too windy on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. But you do want a little bit of wind because it does help clear the smoke. If you have no wind at all, literally the smoke just lingers about for ages, doesn't it? It never really clears. So yeah, let's go and have a little look at the setup. Yeah, we've got a lot of lighting testing going on. All the main trusses look like they're in place now. And I've got to say, fair play, they've really cracked on with it. because, well, this time last week there was absolutely nothing here. You might remember that video I put on the busy day at Alton Towers, and I mentioned how no setup had started. Yeah, they've really cracked on with it now. So as the theme to the Alton Towers fireworks changes every year, it also means we get a very different setup each year as well, which I love. It just keeps it really exciting, seeing what's going to be set up this year, what lighting, have we got screens, what sort of lasers, have we got fire, you know, all them different things. So yeah, I always like spotting them out and seeing what sort of tech we've got in the show. So let's have a little closer look from here. I've just seen someone whiz across on an electric scooter. That's not a bad way of getting across there, is it? Yeah, I think he came from over at the techie booth, which is that building there, over to the right hand side, like down by that truss. But here we go, like all the flooring's down. They've been doing this for a few years now at fireworks, which I'm very pleased with. Before they didn't really used to put any flooring down, and yeah, it could get really muddy, especially if we've had some like bad weather in the lead up to fireworks and during the days as well. So yeah, I'm glad that they've put all the flooring down again this year. It's not fully covered the grass, but you've got these main walkways, and then the whole central area is. And then you've just got these few bits that aren't near the top. So yeah, that isn't too bad. Certainly a lot better than it was like 4 or 5 years ago when they used to hardly put, well, no flooring down at all. It was just the grass. So yeah, much big improvement that they've done the past few years there. And first impressions of the setup, I've got to say, it is looking very tall. That is the word to describe the setup this year. You've got 5 large trusses all the way across. And at the moment, it looks like they're still installing the lighting, because you can see like these ones on the right-hand side, the red lights that they are at the moment, they're on the ground just there. Whereas on the other side, you've got the tallest one, which is in the middle. That's only got 1 on, the one on the left's got 2 on. So I think they're still installing these, and basically they'll put all the lighting and things on pretty much ground level on them platforms, and then they'll lift them up into place. Instead of like having to be up there, you know, manoeuvring in them and that sort of thing, they can, yeah, do it all at ground level. So that's going on at the moment. And yeah, they're all a little bit slightly different to each other, whether they will be come Friday or not. But at the moment, yeah, it looks like they're all slightly different, got a little bit of different lighting on. We've got a mix between like big floodlights, they're like the red ones that you can see at the moment. You've got the strips that come down the truss that are blue, they're all installed on the right. I'm not too sure if they are on the left there or not yet. They're not on, if they are, but you've got those all the way down, and they'll look really bright at night. Then you've got some moving heads on the top, so it's interesting that that truss here and that one don't have any on the top yet. Whether they will do or not, I'm not too sure. But yeah, the other 3, including the central one and the 2 edge ones, have got 4 large moving heads on each. We've again got a variety of moving heads coming down all of the truss. We're getting very techie here, aren't we? Like I say, I used to like working theatre and discos and that sort of thing, you know, so I've always yeah, had a fascination with lighting and sound equipment. Talking of sound, that's what these 2 trusses are closest to us here, and you can see the speakers down there. They'll be lifted up on these trusses. So yeah, we've got the 2 speaker towers here, and normally we'd have some speakers down the front as well. In fact, I think I can see them on the ground just there by that truss, yeah, and also this one. So again, they won't stay on the ground, they'll be lifted up. To be honest, that's normally just done on the day. Like obviously they'll lift them up for testing. They always do a full run through on Thursday night, the 7 o'clock, the night before. But yeah, you've got them speakers that are down there on the ground, and just to stop them swaying, basically, they'll put them up and down as and when needed, including on the day as well, subject to the weather. So yeah, in terms of the setup, certainly not the most we've had on the lawn. I think that goes to last year, but it's not the least either. I think that probably goes to electric towers that we had back in 2006. So yeah, the setup's looking pretty good. At the moment, we can't see any screens. Obviously last year we had, I think it was 4 screens. There was 2 further back, 2 near the front, and you had like a scaffolding tower over there. There was 1 here on the right hand side. There's a chance that that could come in, but yeah, at the moment they haven't. And to be honest, they normally do like all the scaffolding work and stuff first, so it's not looking like we're going to have screens further back. Maybe we're going to have some screens down the front, or maybe there'll be none, which would be interesting, especially with it being like an AI show. I was definitely expecting screens with that, so yeah, it'd be interesting just to see. I just find it really fascinating seeing all of the setup and seeing what's going on. So yeah, that's a look at it at the moment. In terms of setup, like I say, it's looking very tall, probably one of the tallest truss setups that we've had, but at the moment there's certainly not as much round the sides and things as what we've had in previous years at the moment. So yeah, it's still 3 days to go, 2 days until we'll do the full run through on the Thursday night. But yeah, let's go and have a little lap round the lake just here and go and have a close-up look at everything that's going on from the different sides. So just moved a little bit further across. You can see a lot of flight cases down there. They're like the black and silver boxes that have got a lot of lighting and just like wiring and all that kind of stuff in. So yeah, there's a lot of flight cases. So there's clearly a lot of equipment still to get out to put onto the trusses that we can see. Excited to see if there's any lighting and things on the other side of the lake as well, because often they'll have like a row of moving heads or big spotlights and things on the other side. So we'll head round there and have a look. Tell you what though, it's a very tall setup. It is massive. I was just trying to work out if this middle one's taller than the others, but now I've come round here, actually I think it could be the same height, but it's moved a little bit further this way. It looks like it. I can see some massive speakers down there as well, just to the left of that, down here, some massive speakers. They look like subs down there, don't they? And then yeah, you've got the other speakers that will lift up onto them towers just there. So that's why at the moment the lighting's all looking a bit uneven, because like I say, they'll lift them up and down. That's what the wires are for, so they can kind of load the lights on at the ground level and then lift things up and down. But yeah, I'm thinking we're not going to have anything further back. I mean, I could be wrong, but obviously last year you had the screens just here, and what was cool is they actually had the phalanx actors throughout the day building up the storyline. Do you remember they were stood there throughout the day? I mean, last year was an extra special one. In all the years I've been seeing the fireworks, since like the late 90s I've been coming to this, never missed a year, never missed a night. Obviously I used to work here and I'd always be working or on park as a guest for the fireworks. But yeah, just looking at this setup last year was phenomenal. It was a big setup. So yeah, I was expecting it to be probably a slightly less setup than this year than what we had last year, but it's still looking very impressive. And that's the thing, you just don't know until on the night. Things can be hidden away, and that's just the mystery of it all. So that's the techie booth just over there. And then if you are coming in a wheelchair, this is the disabled platform just here by this tree on the right hand side. So yeah, this is where you'll go onto the disabled platform round here onto the left. Yeah, you can see like all the techies and programming everything in all these containers. It's a huge operation, a huge operation. Well, yeah, they really did go the extra mile last year. I mean, every year it's impressive, but last year they went that extra mile. If you remember, they had the theming down here as well for the Phalanx Expo. No theming this year. This is, yeah, all wiring and flight cases and stuff ready for moving over as part of the display. I've just zoomed in a little bit further here now to these trusses. So yeah, you can see lots of lighting going into place there. And yeah, that one is set further forward, just over there too. In fact, they're all kind of set on slightly different angles, aren't they? From the front, it doesn't look like it, but when you come down here onto the side, yeah, they're all slightly set a little bit different to each other. And this is why I like to have a full loop around the lake when I'm looking at the fireworks setup. That's completely different from a side here now. They're not really at different heights from what I can see. They're just set at different areas. Yeah, look at that. And yeah, you can see the lighting is being lifted up on that truss there to the right hand side with the green on. That's gradually being lifted up now into place. Well, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because from back there, it looked like one was taller in the middle, and that was just one set further forward. But no, they're all slightly different when you look here from the side. Here's a look at the setup from over by Battle Galleons. Again, just gives you an idea on the height of the trusses that have gone into place there. Just the scale of this show every year always amazes me, and I do love it how the setup changes every year as well. It does make it more exciting, like seeing different themes and different setups, different equipment arriving, different layouts for things. I always love that instead of it just being like the same setup every year. Now, like I say, it's Monday today when I'm filming this, 25 to 3 in the afternoon now, and yeah, look at the queues for an off-peak 4 o'clock. Rita's on 60 minutes, 13:45, Oblivion 45, same for Galactica, the Smiler's on 40, Wickerman 35, Nemesis 20. It's certainly not as off-peak as I think Alton Towers thought it was going to be, as they would have probably stayed open the next few days. Yeah, normally they would do, but yeah, they decided to have some closed days in the lead up to the fireworks this year. They probably thought it was going to be really quiet, but no, it's not as dead as I thought it would be today. Continuing on, walking around the lake, just leaving Mutiny Bay now. And yeah, all the Harris fencing's in place around the lake here, and that's mainly because you have a lot of fireworks that are actually set up just on the other side of the bridge here. That's not actually a bridge, it's a dam, but we always call it a bridge. It looks like a bridge, but technically it's not, it's a dam. It's just to stop the water from coming in this direction. But yeah, all that truss is in place. Fireworks will be launched by Jubilee Fireworks once again. Alton Towers have been working with Jubilee for years, and they're a brilliant company. They always do a really good display. So looking forward to seeing what they bring to the event this year. Oh, Patches behind bars over here now. I'm sure he'll be removed by Friday in his coffin just there. Did love Scarefest though this year, and make sure you check out all of our vlogs covering the event if you haven't already seen them. Here we go, look at this. Oh, loads going on. Ooh, these are new. We don't normally have these. Interesting, they're like mini trusses. Yeah, something gonna stand on the top of them by the looks of it. You got one just down the left hand side as well. Got a moving head just down there, another light shining out towards the lake. And then we can see the back of the setup from here as well. Wow, look at that. It is very impressive when you see the height of the truss there. It is absolutely massive, isn't it? All the way across. I was just chatting with a few of the guys who are doing the setup down here who are big fans of the channel. So great to meet you and keep on doing the good work. That's the thing, the teams work through the night on the fireworks setup to get it all ready. And that's the thing, it's not just the setup, it's the programming, it's getting it all ready and tested for the big night itself. And yeah, Thursday night is when they'll have a full run through of everything other than the actual pyro itself, the fireworks. That'll be an expensive test. Yeah, you can see like them big speakers that are down there at the back of the truss, look like massive subs. Can't see any flame machines across the front there or anything yet, or any of the trusses. Can't see the lasers in place yet either, but I'm sure they'll come at some point. And with fire, you have it quite a few of the years, but then some years we don't have any fire. So yeah, we'll see what happens in terms of fire effects. Sometimes you have like the dancing flames, and other years you have like a few blasts of fire. So yeah, we'll see on Friday night with that. Always the mystery, always the suspense. And it seems that Jubilee fireworks are already on site now as well, starting their setup. So yeah, laying out all the areas where they'll be launching the fireworks. So some of the smaller fireworks are launched right here by the lake. And a lot of the bigger ones are launched further back behind the towers and on trucks that they actually park out to the side as well. So they have like the pyro loaded on them, and then they'll move the trucks into place once these areas are clear of guests. Because obviously all the back part of the park does close before the display. Yeah, like there's a moving head on that bottom one there. So it looks like maybe they're going to get lifted onto the top. They've just moved that over there. So yeah, it looks like that's going to be the case. Remember last year when we had like a scaffolding structure over here as well for like the Nemesis section with the fireworks? That was so cool, wasn't it? It was perfect. I think they built it on that side, so it was like right in the middle. It was perfectly lined up with the other side. Here we go, some of the firework launchers and everything down here. All covered over. Yeah, they've got that little shipping container that they've put in there as well. It's such an impressive setup though, isn't it? The scale of this is so much more than just setting off some fireworks to music. It really is a full scale production. I love it. It fascinates me every year. My favourite 3 days of the UK theme park season. Yeah, you see Jubilee there setting up, getting all the firework launchers in place. I tell you what, it is way busier today than I thought it would be. And I think it's certainly busier than Alton Towers we were expecting. Pathways are busy, you know, queues are pretty big. Nowhere near as much as in that last Alton Towers video, you know, where it was absolutely heaving for Scarefest. But yeah, for a 4 o'clock close, certainly busier than I thought it would be today. Like Pathways, pretty busy. Who remembers a number of years ago now, I think it was maybe Fireworks 2010, like the big anniversary fireworks for the park. And they had like all lighting in these trees down here. I mean, that was a huge year for lighting setup. Yeah, they lit up literally all these trees and it looked amazing, like especially after the display, because you come and walk down here and just see it all lit up. It was beautiful. Quite often we'll see some lights either on the roof of the towers or out the front, but I can't see any there yet. So what we'll do is have a little walk around this front section shortly. I can't see anything down here on the grass. Yeah, normally we get a few lights over on the grass kind of shining up towards the towers. Then they also utilise the lighting that's installed on the towers as well for Scarefest, down in the moat area. And they always bring extra lighting in as well, but I can't actually see any of that yet. Maybe it's just not arrived. Nothing different to see down here in the moats other than a deflated tube all the way across. That's the smoke tube that provided an amazing effect during Scarefest. They've been doing it for a few years now, but it looks so good because it fills this whole area with smoke, kind of rises up into the night sky, which is very atmospheric. There's Zombob over there, he'll be getting packed up over the next few days. Hopefully they look after all this new theming, so it'll be spick and span for years to come. I was expecting all of Her Ladyship's gardens to be fenced off because this is used for fireworks as well. But no, you can still walk around here at the moment, and yeah, Hex is still exiting around here. And the stairs are blocked off there, so I can't head up that way, but we can just see from here, it looks like a big like aerial. They've got a big antenna, so yeah, that's definitely part of the fireworks setup. maybe for yeah, sending signals from some of the lighting and things back here, or maybe even pyro down to the control booth, which is on the other side. I'm back down in front of the towers now, continuing on, looking at the setup for Fireworks 2025. All the teams do such a good job bringing this to life though, and that's the thing, it's a combination of effort from so many different people, lots of different companies that Alton Towers bring in and put it all together to create this show. It's all the creative, it's all the techies, it's Jubilee Fireworks, all the teams that bring in all the equipment. It is a big deal every year, and they always do such a good job. So yeah, this is all fenced off because this will have a lot of pyro here installed in the next few days, and the thing is they have to reset it twice, don't they, you know, with it running on 3 nights. Yeah, looking all the way across, that's the bridge area, the dam over there, lots of cabling going in, and these are all the launch areas all the way out the front here. You can see is he painting them just there? Looks like he could be painting them black. Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what they're for. I don't normally see painting going on. Interesting stuff. Yeah, in terms of lighting down on the towers, can't see anything additional down here. Last year I had some big spotlights kind of up on the roof. Can't see anything installed up there this year, which is starting to make me think, are the towers going to be featured that much this year? Some years, you know, they haven't been featured that much, if at all. We've had a couple of years when they've not really been in the show other than lit up at the end afterwards. I'm never really a fan of them. I like the years where the towers have, you know, a big focus. At the end of the day, it is Alton Towers, and there's a beautiful estate, it really is. So yeah, I'm hoping that they are used, but yeah, I can't see any setup on the top or anything like that. From down here, yeah, it's looking like an interesting one. That's the thing, every year you never know until the first night exactly what it's going to be like, but that's the thing this year, with it changing, with it being this AI theme, it's just going to be fascinating just to see what the differences are going to be each night. Set up for Jubilee Fireworks down here. There's one of their flight cases with Jubilee on. They always run their own firework event at Catton Hall in Derbyshire, not too far away, and that's always good. Missed it this year because we were in Florida, where it's the Festival of Fireworks, and they use some of their biggest fireworks that they've got there. It's like a showcase of what they offer. And yeah, that's at Catton Hall, the Festival of Fireworks. I have been to that a few times, and there's vlogs from that over on the Sandbrook Adventures, our second channel. A little look over the lake at the setup there as well. From this angle, yeah, you can see a lot of lighting still being installed, with just over 3 days to go. A little bit further down here on the grass now, looking at some of the other launch areas all the way across. Just so much that has to come together to produce a show like this. Everything all being timed in perfectly, and like Jubilee are just the best when it comes to like timing fireworks. So good at what they do. There you can see like all their equipment down here, all the cabling going into place, everything all the way across. That's why I like to come and do this instead of just showing you the full show on the night. You know, I like to come and have a good look at the setup because it just makes you appreciate it like even more. So yeah, we've got them little trusses all the way across down by the water. There's a moving head underneath each one of those. I wonder if there's going to be something going on the top maybe, or if that's just to protect it, but yeah, I'm not too sure. And this is as far as we're going to get today around here, because the pathway that leads down towards Spinball Whizzer and back up to Tower Street is closed off at the moment for the fireworks preparation. Yeah, they bring a lot of the setup in through the gate round there and rounds. Yeah, this is closed temporarily at the moment. Well, I tell you what, the teams building the Alton Towers Fireworks Spectacular don't mess around. They all do a brilliant job. Look at this, in like 20 minutes since I just went round that corner and back again. All this has changed now. So yeah, these are all in place. Got the light in there at the bottom on all of these different truss structures, and yeah, they spread all the way along the front of the lake just there. Interesting to see if anything's going to go on the top of them or not, or if that's just to kind of protect them. Well, yeah, it's interesting how they've got that little top bit on there. This one's a little bit wonky though, so I'm not sure if anything's going on the top of there yet. Might need levelling out first, but guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, really intrigued to see. It just shows how much things can change in a short amount of time with a big setup like this. And as I couldn't do a full loop around the lake, back down here in Mutiny Bay, yeah, they're obviously still bringing in quite a lot of the setup from down the back of house areas down onto the lawns, which is a good sign. More stuff coming in. And yeah, even in the past kind of half an hour since I've been in this location, things have changed with the lighting over there on them big trusses. I've probably been here about 45 minutes so far, walking around and filming this video and just watching the setup, and it just shows how much it changes in a short amount of time. Like already more cabling going in down here, speakers moving around, we've got more of the lights on the trusses down here at the front now. That's the thing, the ever-changing setup of the Alton Towers fireworks. I love it. I can't wait for Friday. Yeah, we've got PH Production Services just over here. Production management, event equipment hire, video production and live streaming specialists. Quite interesting. I'll be on their website tonight having a look. I always like seeing all the different teams that come together. That's the thing, it's not just Jubilee that do the fireworks, it's all like your different companies. He's got like a show control in there, like lighting programming and stuff. He needs to. I think the weather's going to take a bit of a turn tonight from looking at the forecast. Wind's picking up quite a bit, and yeah, probably not. Here he is on the scooter. He's just whizzing about on that scooter. How fun is that? Here he comes. Hey. He's got a fun job. That's it, straight into the lighting area. But there we go, that's a look at the setup. Last time seeing it before the big day itself, Friday, for the Alton Towers Fireworks 2025. So my initial thoughts from looking at the setup are it looks very tall, especially the 5 big trusses. Definitely some of the biggest trusses that we've seen on the lawns in terms of height there. Quite a bit of lighting on there as well. I'm sure there's more to be installed. Can't see the lasers and things yet. That's if there is going to be lasers. I mean, I'm sure they will be. They are a staple of the display, but we just don't know yet. It's still early days in terms of the setup for this. Did start a little bit later as well. And the fact we've got 3 full closed days here at the park now. All Halloween will be removed and the rest of the fireworks setup will be coming in. At the moment, in terms of the setup, we certainly had a lot more last year for the Phalanx Expo. There was a lot more going on, but saying that, we were looking at the setup a little bit closer to the actual night itself. So as it stands at the moment, yeah, I'm hoping there's still quite a bit more tech to bring in. I'm sure there is. There's a few days left until the actual event itself. The trusses look huge. Not seen any signs of any screens yet. Same with flame machines and also lasers. So we'll see what happens by Friday. We could come in here and it could look completely different. Tell you what though, them big strips, the LED strips that they've got down look very bright, especially when you look from here on Tower Street down there. Yeah, look at those. So they're going to look fantastic, especially with the height of this display as well. And that's the thing, it just varies so much each year. You know, some years are better than others. Last year was probably my favourite year ever for the Alton Towers fireworks, both setup and storyline. It was a huge budget last year, we could clearly see that, and we can't expect that every single year, even though it's always amazing. Some years are just better than others. That's the thing with a show like this, it varies so much. Interested to see what it's going to be like on the different nights with the AI theme. Is it going to vary that much on the different nights, or is it going to be just some little sections? It says it's based on like the crowd reaction, so there's so many different questions and not many answers yet about this display, and that adds to the mystery and suspense ready for it coming up. So I'm really excited for it this weekend. Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we'll be here all 3 days. If you come in, I hope you have a fantastic time. Fireworks start at 7, and make sure you get down here to get a good spot. I'm not too sure if there's going to be pre-show entertainment this year, because obviously there's no stage anymore at the side, so we'll see if they bring a little one in or do anything else. We'll see what happens. It's all a bit of a mystery, all suspense, but I hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit geeky looking at all the techie setup, but that's what I love, and I know a lot of you do as well. Thanks for joining us here on the channel, and that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next video.